In this module, we are going to learn about some text functions like left, right, mid, and concatenate. Now, what are the function of these functions which we are going to use? Now, basically, if you look at the left function, it takes two arguments. One is the text, and the other one is the number of chars. That means what it will do is, from the text which I will pass as the first argument, it will extract the number of chars from the left of that text. So it will return the specified number of char from the start of the string or from the left. So start of the string is from the left. So this is the start of the string. Similarly, I have another function called right. Now that right function would take a text similar to left, and it'll take the number of chars, but this time it will take it will extract the letters of the string from the right and not from the left. That means from the end of the string. And if I want to extract data from the middle of the string, if I want to extract some string from the middle of a given string, then I have to use the mid function. And of course, these are the three functions which are basically for extracting purpose. Then we have another function which is called concatenate, which takes multiple texts and it joins them as a single string. So let's start first with the left function. Now, if you look at this list here, this is basically a list of a retailer. Now, they have assigned some numbers to their products. So they have used SKU number, which is basically a stock keeping unit. And this number basically has certain parts. Like, for example, the first three letters of this SKU number, which is normally an 8-digit alphanumeric number, the first 3 digit is basically signifies the supplier ID. So by looking at the first 3, I can know who is the supplier of this product. Then the middle 3, the one with the number, is the part number of that product, and the last 2 is basically your product code. Now, I have been given the job, and the job is that we have to extract the supplier ID, the part number, and the product code from this SKU number and display it here. And therefore, we have to use these 3 functions to do this job. So let's start with the first one. So how do I find the supplier ID? Now, the supplier ID is the first 3 characters from the start of the string. So here what I'll say is equal to left and say tab. It gives me text and the number of chars. So text is this one. This is the one from which I need to extract the supplier ID. And the number of characters which actually denotes the supplier ID is the first 3. So I'll say 3. So it picks up the first 3 character from the start of the string. And then I close the parenthesis and I say, yeah, ACM. So from this string, it only extracts the first 3 letters. And this way, I got my supplier ID from this SKU number. Now, I'll just drag this and copy this formula down, and automatically each one's supplier ID would be extracted. Now, how about the part number? Before we go to the part number, let's go to the product code. And what is the product code? The product code is the last 3. Okay, the last 2, last 2. So here, of course, from the end of the string, if I want to read the number of characters, I will use the right function. So I'll say is equal to right, tab, this text, and from the right, how many characters I want to read? I want to read 2 characters. So I'll say 2. So what I'll get? I'll get the product code. Now similarly, I will drag it down and my product code is done. So here what I got the product code, which is from the right of the string, and here I got the supplier ID, which is from the left of the string or from the start of the string. Here I picked up 3 characters, and here I picked up 2 characters from the right. Now the challenge is to pick up this middle 3. To pick up this middle 3, I have to use mid function. Now the mid function takes 3 arguments. One is the text, which is of course this, then the start number from where it should start, and then the number of characters. So the first A, if you look at this, A is at the position number 1, C is at position 2, M is at position 3, and 1. So the starting of my part number is in position 4. So if I say that to my text, I start with 4 and pick up 3 characters after that, then it will automatically pick up 1, 1, and 0. So let's see that. Let's do it. So we'll say mid tab text, comma, 4, comma, 3. And let's see if I get that and say enter. Yeah, I got it. So just have a relook on that function. The first one is that we are having text, which is the A12. The fourth position or the starting position from where it will start counting the number of char is from the 4th position. And if I count, the 4th position is this one, the first one, and then 3 characters is 1, including that position, 1, 1, 0. And then I say enter. Now to fill that up, I just need to drag it and copy it, and I get all the part numbers correctly. So this way, I use my right, left, then I use my mid, and then my right to extract string from a given string. But suppose I have also asked to create the SKU number from the given supplier ID, part number, and product code. If that is what is given to me, then how will I do it? In this case, I have to join all of them into a single string, and for that we have a concatenate function. So the concatenate function actually joins all the text together and gives me a single string. So let's try that out. We'll say is equal to, and then we'll use concatenate, and of course we'll select this cell, comma, this cell, comma, this cell. Why? Because I want to join all the 3 together as a single string. And I close my parentheses and I say enter. So you get back the same SKU number from which you extracted these codes. And then if I drag it down, I will get back all my SKU number back by joining these. So here in this, we learned about the functions left, right, mid, and concatenate, and this is how it works.